Gaeilge Weekly is a Learn Irish Online production. To find out more about LIO, check out the description down below. Hello, mods and moi. Tróna na má fáilte arás chuig an show. Is mis Liam agus míle buchas marscanach as túnal isteach chuig agran céad is a trucha trí gen show. Agus inniu tomad son rud éigen bioganín difriúil in dhéana an show. Orintha bí mig smuoine faoi mahéal agus rugu sa bhlín 2000 mé hain. So I was born in the year 2000s. Tá mé cúig bliana is fiche díos, or fiche cúig go le, 25 and a half. Agus orintha bíonn sé simul domsa smuoinú conas a bheoch mahéal, how my life would be, dá rugu sa bhlín nídéag 8 mé, dá rugu sa bhlín nídéag 60 mé, dá rugu sa bhlín nídéag 40 mé. If I was born in 1980, 1960, 1940. No, conas a bheoch mahéal, dá rugu sa bhlín nídéag 100 mé. If I was born in 1900, 100 years to the day before I was born. So, an rud atá déanta agam an teachtain seo ná tá aiste scríofa agam. I've written a little essay. Agus tá mé ní aiste, that makes it sound very academic. Cuma anna achadúil sin. Ach tá písa scríofa amach agam, thart ar 4 nó 5 leathnach 4 or 5 pages. Agus tá mé chuna a léamh amach an show, ba seart ar 10 nóid, agus I ní sin after that tá mé an labhairt beganín faoi agus mo chuid smuointí faoi agus rudaí a cheas amach domsa, things that stood out for me ón aiste agus ón deire seachtaine a chathú ag scríomh an físa seo, things that stood out from kind of over the weekend while I was writing this little piece. An legan seo, Jin show, tá mé hon a léamh amach I Méarla. So on this version show, I'm going to read out in English and also on the Wadney Shimply. Má tá tú ag géirí éisteach leis as Gaeilge. If you want to listen to it in Irish, tá sé sin na fáil an gná legan sin fudcréile on the standard or normal version of the podcast. Ach tá mé géirí gofuil gach den an é seo hiiscint, so tá mé hon a léamh amach I Méarla an legan seo, agus bhí sé léite amach as Gaeilge. It was read out in Irish on the full version of the podcast. Okay? So, seo conas a bheoch mahéal, nó cala ceapam a bheoch mahéal, mar dá rugu sa bhlín 2000 mé, what my life would have been like if I was born not in 2000, I was born in 2000, ach sa bhlín nídéag 100 mé, if I was born in 1900, what my life would have been like. By beganín ceol sa chúlra, a bit of music in the background as well, chun beganín atmosphere a thuirt dó. Agus seo a Rylan. I was born on the 6th of June 1900 in a village around 5 miles outside of Galway City. In the home, there was only Irish to be heard, even though my parents did have English as well. 20 minutes back the road in places such as Spiddle and Invern, plenty of people had minimal or no English at all, while in the other direction, towards Galway City, Béarla was very much the predominant tongue. I had a passport from the United Kingdom, and even though some people spent their afternoons speaking of revolutions, risings and a free Ireland in the future, most of us were more interested in keeping our work and making some money for our families. I go to school until the age of 12, and after that I spend most of my days working as a fisherman, out on the Cork with others from my village. We tend to head out on the water from Monday to Saturday, and I never once missed Sunday Mass at noon. On Easter Monday of 1916, my cousin mentions to me that there's been commotion in Dublin the day before. Some type of a coup or uprising. It happens every few years, and we even learned of previous failed revolutions while at school, so it doesn't capture my attention too much. Days later though, we hear of the fateful mistake that the English have made. They've executed all but one of the rising's leaders, and as you all know, Ireland is never the same again. A few years after that, I have a different concern on my mind. Conscription as the Brits call it. The English are fighting a great war in Europe, and even though Irish men don't have to go to the continent yet, there's plenty of talk that the British Army needs more soldiers, and that conscription is only weeks away from coming into our country. It doesn't happen in the end, but as soon as the war in Europe is over, we have our own war much closer to home. It's not from France nor Germany that the tragic stories are coming from now, but from Tipperary, Cork and Dublin. It's not as bad as in Galway, thankfully. I tried to keep my head down and keep going with my work, even though there are definitely a lot of people in our village who have strong IRA connections, and even more who are involved in the following war between pro-treaties and anti-treaties that starts in 1922. I received my first Irish passport in 1924 and I marry the year after. In 1927, me and my wife have our first child and will have 8 children in total between then and 1941. Life was tough in those days. There wasn't much money around and there was big pressure on a father to support his family. But most people my age were in the same position. There was no alternative. The only thing for doing was to keep going and try your best. At the end of the 20s, myself and my wife got a radio for our home. It was very expensive at the time, but it was incredible the amount of information which you could get about what was happening around the world. In September 1939, word came through that there was yet another conflict brewing on the continent. It was all to do with Germany's new leader. I assumed the conflict would finish before Christmas, but it wasn't until May 1945 that news came through again. The German leader was dead, and so was the war he had brought to this world. In Ireland, we called it the emergency, and it was noticeable during those years that food and supplies were tougher to come by, without doubt. You also couldn't get a good weather report, as our government were doing everything they possibly could to stay neutral and not help either of the fighting sides. I'm sure that this new peace won't last for long, and that we'll have another major war in a few years. Thankfully, I'm wrong. When I turned 50 years old, I really hadn't spent much time outside of Galway or the West at all. I had been up to Dublin a few times, including once for an All-Ireland football final in 1938. Galway beat Kerry in a replay by 3 points. It's one of the best memories I ever make. By the age of 50, I've never been to places such as Cork or Belfast, further afield within my own country. It'll be a very different life for my children. 2 of them go off to London in 1951 and another to Boston in 1953. I only see them a handful more times in my life. Thousands of people are leaving the country, soon to be tens of thousands. There's no jobs on the island during the 1950s. In those years, I see a television for the first time, in town in Galway City. I was in the cinema a few times before, therefore it's not a massive surprise, but it's still fairly strange undoubtedly to see a moving picture on a screen so small. My sons buy a television in 1964 and there's images to be seen from all over the world, especially for those who can access the BBC service, the British Broadcasting Corporation. After a year or two, people are buying bigger and bigger tellies, and even ones with colour. I don't understand it, to be completely honest. I have enough entertainment between Mass, the local pub, and the Gaelic Football Club, which has just started in my village. I'm up at the pitch regularly to help out with trainings. My first grandchild had just started playing with the new club. In 1966, I go abroad for the only time in my life. Over the last few years, as my children have grown up, I've been able to save more money, and I received my pension in June 1966. I head on the train to Dublin and across to Liverpool on the boat. The World Cup is on, and my daughter comes up from London to meet me. England is a completely different country. It's easy to see that there's a huge amount of work available here, and life is much better in regards to opportunities, housing, food supply, and so on. I think for a minute whether I was right to stay in Ireland my whole life. Maybe I should have moved here and made a life for myself in Manchester or Liverpool, even if it was only for a decade or two. However, those thoughts quickly go when I see how much of a hurry everyone is in, and a sign beside a job notice reading, "Blacks and Irish need not apply." On the boat back, there are far less people. One-way tickets are what most of the Irish are buying, and it's not the World Cup that's bringing them to England. The lack of economic opportunities back home is a stark contrast to what I saw in Liverpool, and there doesn't seem to be too many prospects of it getting a lot better at home. The years after that, I'm still out on the boat with my two sons who are left in Galway. I spend plenty of weeks talking to my friends as well about my trip to England. They'll likely never see another country in their lifetime. Even though I'm retired, I help out my two sons. I'm worried they too will have no choice and end up immigrating, as some of their siblings have, but thanks be to God, things get slightly better in the 70s. Every day there are stories on the radio and in the paper of problems up in the north. Paramilitaries, civil rights, and bombs are spoken about again and again. I tried to avoid the chat about it when possible and focus on my own life. Just like 50 years ago, I'm grateful the fighting has little to no effect on Galway. At that point, the life started to become more challenging for me. I was getting slower, and it was more difficult to do the normal things I could do before. My wife has to help me, but after a year or two, she also gets sick. It's not just the health that is slowing me down. A lot of other things are also changing in my life. In 1971, they changed the system we have for coins. Out with the shilling and in with the decimal system. They say it's easier to understand, but I'm not so sure. One thing that hasn't changed is the voting and its importance. In 1972, my daughter picks me up in her car and off we go to the voting station. The EEC, the European Economic Community. That's the name on everybody's lips. I head in, put a small X beside Tá. I'm not fully sure what effect the EEC will have on Ireland, but I know I probably won't be around to see it. My days on this planet are almost up. I spend the last few years of my life in a nursing home. I'm very lucky that my children are around Galway to visit me, or some of them anyway. I die in October 1975 after a short illness. I always tried my best for myself and the people around me. What more can you do? Okay, so Gurmí the Magi dús as éisteacht le sin agus é sin a leanúint fa de nóid mar cha mé neart ama ag scríomh na heasta bheag sin. I spent plenty of time writing that short little essay, so míle buchas as sin. Agus bheith sé ansimú chun we're good smuinty chlustal freshen. It'd be very interesting to hear your thoughts. Mata tu geri scribe stock or Patreon no wig on refust liam.learnarshaline@gmail.com. Agus Curd a chasamach Jeevsha, what stood out for you guys? Mar domsa tá trí rud scrífisís agaman seo. Agus an chéad rud cai sé bheith mar cíomh deacair agus a bhí an sail riva. How difficult life was before. Now listen, tá sagan gúil sé deacair na léithindí seo in éireann tá lán faibanna cín gothirthe le tíocht agus an chóir sláánsa agus mar sinne, agus tá cúpla metrics ina bhfuil tú an féchan siar orthú agus rá bhí an saoil níos fearr. I meallach amháin nó bailach eile bhí an saoil níos fearr fiche trocha cearcha bliain. Ach an chuid is mó de na metrics de friúla seo. Like nócha cuaig fan géad de na metrics. Tá an saoil uad níos fearr agine ar aonos that we have life much better in Ireland agus, na hátasanna a bhíon daoine ag éisteach leis an bud chaile seo, so an ríocht daontaithe na Stáitíntaí Canada, Astráil nó a héileann, tá sagam, in átasanna dheofriúla timpeall an domhan, tá droch rudaí, bad things agus rudaí uafásacha fós ag tarlú. Ach generált in general, tá an tá deargarín chun a bheith bio sa chluún seo. We're very, very lucky to be alive in this generation. Bhí mise ag scríomh an sin ní faoi dhuine gan deisina agus gan seansna sa sail. I was writing there not about someone who didn't have chances or opportunities in life. I tried to base it off my own life. Say someone who came from, was lucky to get a good upbringing. Nothing crazy. Ní aon rud do chredsa, no crackalsa, ní, ag fása níos in mansion mór agus ag dul go scoil príváideach nó aon rud mar sin. But, in my own life in my héal hain, bhí an tá grám a chláán in an airgad a hiile agus grá siad an deis ná thuirt dom agus gachar deile agus grá mé an taistal, and that had a fairly kind of normal to good upbringing in an tógáil, sais gná tógáil nó tógáil ma in Éireann. So I tried to base that off that. So, even reading through someone who had a fair opportunity in life, deis sách ma acu sa sail a rugu sa bhliain ní céad, to see this year this war happened thosaí an cóga seo agus bhí sé deachar leis an obair, bhí sé deachar leis an airgad an sail ar fad agus an sin thosaí an dara chóga damhanda agus ní raibh mór an bia le fáil in Éireann, ní raibh mór an ólais, bhí ma Vic agus bhí ma iníocha ag dul ar Imircha. My sons and my daughters, several of them, had to migrate 3 out of the 8, and that's where I had to migrate. For a lot of people, it would have been 8 of the 8. Like lán daoine ag an am sin, bheadh sé mar 8 báistí agus gach ceann acu bhéachar who dul thar lear go Liverpool, go Manchester, go Mastún, go Nua Amharic, go áit éigean eile timpeall an domhan. Agus tásúlam nach bhfuil an umarcha factual inaccuracies i mar scéal rinne méid dearmad thum é sin ar rá roimhe. Tá méid beag nach cinnte go na dátaí agus gachar an sin go sé réadúil realistic agus ceart beidir ag dulhuig an churn down that sasanna beidir nach chuil sé sin réadúil. Níl sam, that might not be too realistic going to the World Cup in 66, but added it for a small bit of flavour. But I think it's reasonable and relatively realistic stoch réadúil. Agus arís le neart deisina agus gachar deile sa sail ag dul thar lear or amháin in a héal ar fad, gone abroad once in his whole life. A bheith ar obair dí nar bhí sé 66, agus ag an am sin bhí an life expectancy beidir 72, 73. You for mise boss ag 75 san alt sin in that piece or that kind of little article. I died at 75. But still working 66, 67 even then, helping out the sons afterwards a carú leis the mic in a year sin. Gone more on síimseocht a bheith am, without much entertainment or anything like that. Agus an cruútán agus na deachrachtaí, the hardship and the difficulties. Agus rís tá sagm gwyl na deachrachtaí ag daoine sa sail inniu comá. Ach, orintha ceapam gnéan muds dearmad ar cícho dachar is sa bhí sé ag ar dismothirí agus ar seanhismothirí. Tá sagam beidir le rudí eile cosúil a rís le teacha ceannach agus mar sinne bhí sin níos éascach. Man se le beag nach chachar eile bhí sé bhád i bhád níos deacra. Agus i bhád níos mó buil sa sail. Beidir gohfuil níos mó exposure a gin na léhandaí seo. Máid le rudí de friúla ag tarlú agus achtarí de friúla, different events, different incidents, different, disasters ach really. Le beag na gach metric tá sin níos sábhailte a bheith beonis ná 5 bliain ó hin, ná 5 bliain ó hin, ná 7 bliain ó hin ach orintha tin an nostalgia gin sé scris ar sin. Nostalgia kind of destroys that and makes us think we're not that lucky. Agus orintha bíonn explainú nach bhfuil an tá deargarin chun a bheith beo anis. So bin an chéad rud a cheas amach domsa. An dara rud a cheas amach domsa arís ag scríomh na heasta seo agus ag léamh amach na heasta seo. Ná, is daoine ón tua muid agus is daoine ón tua iad na hÉarnach. Us Irish, we're country people. And I don't just mean that in terms of where you grew up. You may few just ónnig leabhart faoi cású ach an mentality, an dearcha atá ad ar an saoil, an character atá ad, an persantach atá ad, the personality you have an chuoi a bhíonn tú ag smaoin fiú rudaí agus ceapan beidir go dagan sé sin trasna that comes across níos mó ná aon chuid eile nuair atá mé ag leabhart faoi dul go sasanna an sin in níd ag 66 agus i mbeidh sin tá sasanna agam i mbeidh sin mar hir beag nach céad fan géad bunaithe ar chathracha. In my mind, England is a country and always has been a country that's kind of 100% based on cities and industry. Sheffield and the mines in Wales and London, Liverpool, Manchester, Nottingham, Leeds, Newcastle and working class and Glasgow and the shipyards and Belfast. Agus dumsa nar bhíon ag smaoinú faoin rith daontí a ri an fiú is. Tá codarsnacht mór mílte le feiceáil I gcompráid le héireann. Agus fiú sna cathracha in éireann agus ceapan ghfuil an rud céine an lá tá inniuán. You must ask Kirky who tá Kirky mar an dara chathair is mó I boblacht na héireann. Cork's the second biggest city in the Republic. But it's not a city, ní chathair. Really, compared to an Europe, that make Kirky sa Spain, if Cork was in Spain, it would be the 30th biggest metropolitan area. Vig mar an trochu áit is mó sa Spain. Vig trochu áit níos mó agus ní tír an war I an Spain. You know, compared leis an Ind, leis an Tín, nó I áit mar sin. So, ceapam orintha Din me germ agus bím sig leabhart faoi limnach, Gaillimh, Belfirste, Dira, Corky mar chathracha. Ach really, ní chathargéad agus ní bháin madra leis an méid agus cicomh mór satá siad. Ach freisin madra leis an character agus an chuí a bhíon muid ag smaoinú, you know, má haon tú go sasanna fiú an lá tá inniuán, even nowadays an Jeffer atá ar chuoine agus na rudí atá tábhachtach le haid daoine tá sé ansa frúil ó beidir na rudí atá tábhachtach le haid daoine in éireann agus an codarsnacht sin, that contrast in between the two. And apart from maybe people who've grown up right in Dublin City, seachas daoine rugadh agus tógadh the lore of Lough, really everyone else, if you grew up in Ireland, or even Irish parents, if you le Tishmore Éireannacha, you're naturally, your mentality, your spirit, who you are, you're more of a person from the country than from the city. You could probably even say the reverse in England. Seans go to an on few on Wallertraw or in Éireann daoine as an tua is sasana fóstas an city character acu. So sin an dara rud cheasamach dumsa. Agus an trí rud ná an tábhacht a bhaineann le labhairt le daoine níos sinne, agus ceistena a chur orthu. So, mas muoinim faoi nuair bhí mission níos óige, agus mission mar hampla 7 nó 8 mbliana d'aois, ag an am sin 2007, 2008, an duine nó na daoine is sinne around me chun casú lo, the oldest people I would kind of tend to meet, I guess, would have been born in 1910, 1911, 1912, 13. Beidir bhí cuimhní acu or éirí amach na Cásca, the Easter Rising. Agus inis, tá siad san imia. You know, tá siad san mar bhaníl sagam mar hampla an bhfuil aon duine ar an bio ó bhfuil cuimhne acu inis ar éirí amach na Cásca. Is tócha nach bhfuil, mar ní cheapan bhfuil aon duine ar an céad sa de. Agus an cuimhní a bheith ad ar éirí amach na Cásca to have actual memories of the Rising in actually 115. Now, so cínta nach bhfuil. Agus ní bhaid go seo. There never will be again. There never will be a person alive for thousands of years who can remember the Easter Rising or whatever event he wants to choose. Tá rud céin ag tarlú inis madra leis an dara chugad damhanda. You know, mas rud é go bhfuil duine nócha bliain díos sin is bí muid ag smaoineamh well tá sé sin sách sean. Ach ciallaíonn sé sin go rugadh in 1936 iad. They were born in 1936. So they don't have small bits and pieces of memories from World War II. Ní bheith cha cúpla cuimh na acu an dabhar chugad damhanda. Go luath ní bhaidh aon Holocaust survivors fáca an damh seo. Agus ní haon ach I dtreo amháin. Time only goes in one direction. Agus caiimiid sé sin chuimhnú. Agus na daoine ní sinne inar saoil. Caiimiid ceistena a chur madra le conna sa bhí sé seo, conna sa bhí an saoil ag an am sin, cad a rinne tú mar de chéad fust. Cá rá sé, nar seansa go taistal, cad atá athraí sa saoil. Now listen, beidir neartdaoine níl an méid céine sima acu mar tá agamsa is seo. Maybe a lot of people listening don't have the same type of interest in this stuff as I do. Ach domsa tá sé fear sima agus fear hábhaach freisin agus ní dearmadí anó. Mar dúirt mé agus níl mé géirí bheith insensitive chuig na faibanna ag tá ag daoine na léithan de seo. But sometimes, again, when you take a minute, you might be really stressed out about something. When you take a minute to think the life your grandfather, your great-grandfather or grandmother had on sale of eich, ag the sean ahar. No, the hin han ahar. No, the shin hin han ahar. Like Kikov Zakar, agus rau sé, dómh. Okay, beidir bhí rud nó chó bhí níos fearr. Chun chuid is móid rudí bhí siad bhád níos deacra. Agus just smaoinigh. You know what? Má tá bí agam, má tá isce agam, má tá Genos mo chóir, a roof over my head, agus má tá mo chláán agam, agus cúpla córda, agus tá mé sábhailte. Sin really an rud is tábhachtí. Agus ní chiallaíonn sé sin nach geartún na bheith, striving for more and trying to improve the world. That's super important nach freisin orintha. Just son bheith cuimhnú ar rudaí a tharla roimhe seo. Agus nád in Darman nach bhfuil sé sin roiád óhain. Like my parents, again, tá mise an óg. My grandparents were born all in the 1910s. Tá mise sa hóg agus rugu ma sean hisismathirí san níd ag deithna. 1912, 1913, 1915, 1916 gapam sin na blianta. So, mise mar chun óg an seo le ChatGPT agus AI agus rudí seo, fós, bhí saoil an is friúil ag ma sean hisismathirí. Agus rugu rih navsplachas na Héireann they were born before Irish independence agus mar sinse. And there was none of this, well, what job do you want to do? Is what job can you get? Cin post ultúin an fáil. Is cuma cin sim a bhí ad ag an am sin. Well, tá mé géirí seo dhéanú nó seo. It was up until the 1970s or 80s, go dtí na níd ag seachtaidí na thugtaidí. Just, well, do whatever you can get if you're lucky enough to get something. If not, off in the boat. So, níl sam. Simul. Agus má tá aon smaointe ag daoine nó aon tuairimí any thoughts or opinions bhrála míad a chlustal liam.learnirishanline@gmail.com ar an rífost sin an áit is fearr chun bheith daghálam. So yeah, sin é. Míle buchas mar is gnách as a bheith ag éisteach náid in Dermot, má tá tú gur níos mó rudaí ó Learn Irish Online. Ní bhíon aon fógraí ar on Podcréile Show. There's no ads in this podcast. There's no brought to you by Acast Network. This is brought to you by NordVPN, Surfshark. No ein rud mar sin. Cin fá? Why? Because we have more than enough listeners to put those ads in, but I only want to advertise my own stuff and stuff that's actually relevant to you that's listening. Because I hate myself when you hear an ad in the podcast, so why not actually give you something that's relevant? And everybody listening to this podcast, I believe, is learning Irish or trying to improve their Irish. So if you want more from Learn Irish Online, from the people, in other words, the person, me, who brings you Gaeilge Weekly, I'll let you check it out. I'm not going to force it down your throat soon, rud mar sin. Take learnirishanline.com, má tá sim agat in our Gorsi. If you're interested in our courses, head to learnirishanline.com. If you're interested in our other video and podcast content and way more like Gaeilge Weekly, head to patreon.com/Learn Irish Online or search Learn Irish Online on the Patreon app and start a free trial there. Ok, sin é baimid ag leabhart sa rís an teachtain se thugan gus míle buchas slán agus beannacht.